What is up, everyone? This is France over here from PlayerEssence.com, and a lot of you guys have been wondering what are my thoughts on the new president, Mr. Tatsumi Kimishima for Nintendo. And I have to say, I think this is a really good hire, and I'll give you guys a couple of reasons why. He used to work at the Pokemon Company, or for the Pokemon Company, and he was the former Nintendo of America president. So that's some pretty good credentials right there. Plus, he worked at a bank for like 27 years and he was a high executive there. So all that combined shows that he does have the business experience, he does have the leadership experience to run a company. But Nintendo is a whole different beast in itself. But I will say that Nintendo has some of the best IPs, some of the best employees, some of the best creators in the world. So I think managing a group like that is going to be easy. It's just really going to come down to the decisions that they make and who's going to be in charge of what games are put out and the technological stuff, like the creating of the systems and things like that. It's his job to make sure that they have the right person in place for all the little things, to make sure that Nintendo fans, and really just branching out to smartphone, mobile, to everything that they can. I think Mr. Kimishima is the right dude for the job, but I will say this, he did say a couple things that were pretty interesting, especially something that caught a lot of traction on a lot of websites, where Mr. Kimishima said that he predicted the Wii U would struggle on the market. He predicted that it wouldn't do well because it was too similar to the Wii. Now, he probably knew the ins and outs of the system, and he knew that the system was static. And what I mean by the system was static is that the system could not be updated regularly. It could not be changed. That's why Nintendo's updates usually add nothing but security updates or stuff like that to make sure hackers don't do stuff. And really, the system can't change from what they already planned from the beginning. It takes them a long time to do that. The Wii was the same way. There's really no new features, and anything that the system does need, it takes a long time to get those updates out. Whereas with Microsoft and Sony systems, they're more of like PC type-ish, to where they can upgrade, they can get new things, they can always be working on new features, and what people want in the systems, Microsoft and Sony can usually deliver them, whether it becomes an achievement system for Sony and the PS3, or whether it becomes new features available throughout the whole lifespan of each of these systems. And the Wii and the Wii U just were not that. And it was also another thing to where people did say, as far as it was similar to the Wii, to where it looked the same, it would be hard to market it, it might be a peripheral. So those are all things that come into play. I'm not as big on that as I am with the actual content that came out for the Wii U, but at the same time, I guess it was an issue. So the fact that he had the foresight to say, hey, this isn't going to do well on the market, really shows that he is probably going to go in a little bit of a different direction. I do want to say this, Mr. Kimishima is definitely a stopgap president for Nintendo. He's 65 years old, and he even said himself he's only going to be elected for 1 year, then things are going to be reviewed, and he's open to an outsider coming in and running the business. And I think that's what they're going to be doing. Nintendo is going to put on an intense search internally, and I think even outside of Nintendo, to see who can lead this company. Someone probably in their 40s, maybe early 50s, but probably 40s, that has 20 years of experience, or that has 10 years of solid experience of leading and developing business, and they're going to put that person in his place. So I do think that's what's going to happen in the next year. Nintendo is definitely going to have another company president soon. I would say under 3 years, but Mr. Kimishima, for right at this point, he is the best choice, and he's 65, so obviously some people are like, oh, that's 65, that's too old, that's horrible, Nintendo's going to be doing the same things they did before. But that's not the case, considering that he said that the Wii U was going to fail. And so obviously, if he's the company president, he's not going to do the same thing that the Wii U did and that the Wii did. He's obviously going to go in a different direction, because he doesn't want to sit here and look like a hypocrite, 2 years from now or whatever, if the NX launches, and he's like, oh yeah, he predicted the Wii U would fail, but then he just did the same thing with the NX or the next system. So I do think that it's one of those things where Mr. Kimishima, he's going to have a lot on his plate, but I think that he has a good surrounding cast. And I think Nintendo left him with a lot of stuff to work with. They think they put together the groundworks. We have the patents for the NX, or maybe they're not for the NX, but we have the patents that show the achievement system, that show the voice chat, that show a lot of cool stuff, the diskless or no optical drive, the disc, and to where it can be multitasking and all that cool stuff that people wanted in the Wii U that we didn't get. So as long as they bring out that system and this whole fusion thing, if that can all work out and they can really get people excited for their games across handheld, across PC, across mobile, and they can just kind of interconnect everything and have a decent online network with good games at launch, I think the NX is going to be successful, and I think Mr. Kimishima is going to do a great job. Alright, so that basically wraps it up for this video. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think about Mr. Kimishima's hire? I would love to hear in the comment section below what you have to say. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more videos just like this one. And also subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips, and tricks. Thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you for the next video. Peace.